Yo, what's going on, everybody? I don't have to project this time.
What's going on, peoples?
It's your boy Diggy Fresh.
It's your man Faison the Barber.
What's going on, everybody? We here today. It's not Tuesday, but this man had therapy yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
Was it good?
Of course. Fulfilling.
Well, you said the day that you weren't gonna do it no more.
I just be playing with it.
I got you.
You always gotta play with the women.
I got you.
You always gotta play with it.
Today's topic, man. Why men don't marry. Stemmed from this Instagram post that my man TK Kirkland put out, I want to say 2 weeks ago, and it was controversial, and it is controversial because you got so many different opinions about marriage, and not the sanctity or the spiritual part of it, but just the act of getting married and what is surrounding the marriage that is kind of controversial. But a disclaimer. This is not to denigrate marriage, the sanctity. I'm getting married, you've been married before, and you respect it.
I do.
So we're not saying to anybody out there that is married that is bad. But what we're doing is we're pointing out some evident truths and facts about marriage that I guess we passively just kind of let go because it by law or just by happenstance or by the society standard that is there. All right. Let's read the post real quick. Now, first of all, how was your day? We gotta ask our black men how they day were, man. How they day went. How was it?
Thank you. It was okay. It was good. Regular work week. Standing on my feet, 12 hours a day. Not complaining. Thank God. But it was good. It was good. Fulfilling.
I got you.
It was good.
I got you.
How's yours?
It was busy, man. Like today was great because I had a deep sleep last night. But when I got up this morning, I did a long 30-minute meditation that put me I got heavy after I finished. So when I drove an hour to Chester and then drove back, and so I was kind of lethargic on the way back. So I had to blast that music and try to get back home as fast as I could.
I know if I was doing it, I'd be swerving.
That got you.
If you gotta pull over,
take a nap, do your thing.
Pull over and take a nap.
My dad has done that plenty of times in the military. He drove from Texas to South Carolina and back.
Wow.
So I can only imagine.
Salute to the soldiers.
I got you. Love you, Pops. But let's go ahead and read this post, man, and we'll dig into it, all right? Because there is why men don't marry is the title of the post. Because there's nothing in it for them. What exactly does marriage offer men today? Men know there's a good chance they'll lose their friends, their respect, their space, their sex life, their money, if it all goes wrong. Their family, and the reason why I guess this post was pretty controversial, there's an actual therapist, and she's a female. She wrote a book titled Men on Strike that goes about explaining why men in today's society don't marry, and she's explaining herself in this post. And the author's name is Helen Smith. The book is Men on Strike, and she has a PhD, so she's been in therapy for years. She's been in therapy, I want to say 15 years, and she's had men that have come into her practice and given their testimony on them being assaulted by their wife, or their sex life is not where they want it to be because of the control factor and everything like that, or men saying that they don't want to get married but the ladies pushing it. And the rest of the post says they don't want to enter into a legal contract with someone who could effectively take half their savings, pension, and property when the honeymoon period is over. Men aren't wimping out by staying unmarried or being commitment foes. They're being smart. Unlike women, men lose all their power after they say I do and their masculinity dies too. Faison, what you think? And if you need to read it, here you go.
I don't need to read it because I was once married before for 13 years. Shout out to my kid's mother. She knows who she is. But I'm gonna give you a small perspective of why I feel some men don't want to get married.
Okay.
Fear.
Yeah.
Bad choice in women.
Okay.
And a lot of the men are not willing
Okay.
to compromise.
That's from your experience.
From my experience, and based on my experience in the therapy that I'll actually get for the past 2.5 years, almost 3 years, I know what I'm talking about. I mean, the reason why I say that is because of the fact that, okay, from what you read, you said, oh man, you know, men don't want to engage in marriage or be committed into a marriage because they feel that the woman is going to tell them what to do, or the woman, you know what I'm saying, is going to stop being consistent in what they both were doing before they got married, which probably is money, sex, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But you got to look at it like this, right? Before anyone gets married, and I told you this before.
Yeah, because I'm getting married in September.
Go get therapy.
So you mean like couples therapy?
Couples therapy, couples
marriage
therapy.
counsel, marriage
because
counsel.
it's like 3 stages. You got couples therapy, then you got marriage counseling. Because it's like once you in marriage, now you got marriage counseling. So you should get couples counseling
before
you get married. That way you and that person understand each other, and it's not just a fly-by thing.
It's, I think, 8 weeks?
I mean, yeah, but some other programs, you know what I'm saying, can take longer. You know what I'm saying? But you'll know right then and there, and then, you know, your therapist will actually see it in you and the woman, that, oh, okay, well, I think y'all ready. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why people don't want to get married, because they're scared of what that person is going to do when they become committed into a marriage. So they scared. So I just advise people to go get counseling so you can know your partner.
I got you. When I read the post and I mentioned this to you, I was like, this dude gonna really throw his head back at this one, because what she's saying is definitely true. Some guys just innately, by experience or by proxy, knowing other guys, know what they're getting into, and they're like, I don't want that. They've seen their father get raped over crows in a divorce, lose half his shit, and that is rocky for children, especially if you're that man, that father's child, and you're a dude. And for me, I never thought about it that way. I knew it could happen, but my thing was, I never saw it in my family. Nobody in my family's been divorced. It's only by death, or they're still like dating. And nothing wrong with the dating stage, but
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I dated for 7 years, so it was definitely all good in the hood. But being that this thing is so controversial, I was just like, I know it's true in some guys' eyes that if I get married and this thing don't work out, I'm losing half my stuff, my ability to provide for my family, even though we're not good. It's me and you, if you're the wife, is rocky, because now she gonna rape my ass, rape it like considerably hard, because now she's gonna ask for there's gonna be alimony might be involved, lawyers fees for both of y'all that the men have to take on. Then you gotta pay for the children, and you're paying that adult, hoping that they understand that that money's for their child, not for them. And I know you had some experience on that, so I'm gonna let you kind of guide the conversation, because
well, see, I'm not saying 25 is young.
Okay.
I mean, but I'm 40 years old, so it is kind of young. Now, before I married my ex-wife, I felt it was like something that I had to do, because
y'all had kids, right? Before then?
Yeah, we had my oldest daughter.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? And technically, and man, that's 13 years ago, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, like, I just felt that was something that I needed to do, because of the perception of what people feel marriage is supposed to be. Don't get married, and I mean, don't have kids.
Unless you're married.
Unless you're married. You know what I'm saying? Out of wedlock. Right? And I just felt like that was something I needed to do, so I did it. And not just that, you know, I loved her.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I did that too.
Was there a big investment on your side, like emotionally at all?
I mean, technically, I mean, honestly, we were young, bro, and not saying that young people don't have what it takes or don't have the understanding. We didn't know what we was doing.
I got you. Just kept
We
walking
just
in blind.
right,
basically.
yeah. I mean, yeah, we walked into it blind, and I just felt like, okay, well, this is just something I needed to do. I didn't think about it. It was just like that, and I'm telling you straight up and down. Once I got married, it was a wrap, bro. We had problems every day. Every day.
Damn.
And I'm not blaming her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Both of y'all.
blaming
Both
the
of
fact
y'all.
that we were young minded to a lot of things because one, she was ambitious in her career. I was just coming home from prison, you know what I'm saying? And working with my father, I had a nice job,
Yeah.
a great paying job at that. And it was just a lot of stuff, man. This was before I was going through the ringer, which I mean struggle. But back to what I was saying, I just didn't know. So I just went into it.
I got you. For me, like I said, I saw marriage in my household. So for me, I saw the investment paid off no matter what you put into it because I heard my mom's story. She was married once before she met my dad, but I never thought to ask her about her transformation out of that marriage into this one. And when she did tell me, I was like, damn, because she was abused in her previous marriage. Her mom and dad told her about it, but she was real rambunctious about her parents being involved in her marriage. And so when I heard that story and I said, okay, I understand what my mom went through. I don't have that issue, but me and Takia have different issues. There's trust issues going on, and there's, we're not communicating about the big things yet, but we're starting to get there. We're moving slow, and our parents are just like, what's going on? Her mom isn't really in it. She's asking, hey, how's everything going? But she's not really interjecting. My mom is, hemming and hawing. My dad isn't really worried about it too much until year 5, 6, or 7. And so we're like, okay, we know we gonna get married. That was it. That's all we had. We were gonna get married because we truly love one another and we are there for one another. That's it. And so once we got engaged, I was like, I'm good. No need to worry about it. God got us. The universe got us. And then I realized how much work we're gonna have to put into this. Once we moved in together, we was like, okay, there's a little bit of work, but not too much. And then now we're putting in work to get married, and with the wedding and everything, we're like, okay, this is a big investment. But then I'm looking at the outcome is a happy life. Not happy wife, happy life in general. Just in general. Because if I'm not happy, the marriage ain't gonna be right.
Right.
If she's not happy, the marriage ain't gonna be right.
Right.
So when I hear your story, I'm just like, damn, dude. And I mean, I see a little bit of myself in you because the thought process is there. I'm not sure about the emotions because you and I've gone to therapy, and you've gone to therapy later in your life. So you're playing a little bit of catch up versus me, where I went to therapy at 13. So when it comes to hearing stuff like this, it's counter to what I'm used to. And when I hear your story, it's counter to what I'm used to. And so when I hear guys saying, hey, I don't want to get my shit taken, I'm just like, is that what your focus is? Because if your focus is, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, you eventually gonna have something like that happen to you. Versus focusing on, okay, I want this type of marriage, I'm gonna invest in myself to get to this point in my marriage. And that's what I'm learning now is your focus is way more important than, why did I get married, but the circumstances of the BS is going on because me and her, we're not struggling, but we're working. And we're communicating every day, hey, how's this going? How you feeling? Like today, I asked her, what was her focus? She was struggling a little bit. She had a bill she had to pay. I said, where's your focus at? Because if your focus is freedom, you veered off track versus, I had to pay this bill. So with marriage for me is, where's my focus on the marriage? Not, oh shit, I got all this stuff to do. I got marriage counseling. Because that's going to happen eventually. So, I mean, I hope I'm not preaching to the crowd, and I didn't mean to take all that time with the mic. You know I got a lot to say, but you know.
He definitely has a lot to say, but we're working on that.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, I did good with was it that photo shoot? I mean, I was listening, asking questions. I was hoping you was listening.
Oh, I was.
No,
I had a million things.
You was having fun.
I was having fun at the photo shoot, and I was, but that's another story.
I got you. Follow this dude on Instagram. You'll see all his photos. Don't look at my stuff because he don't like it.
Yeah.
He said he fired me. But yeah, man. What do you think when it comes to, I guess, when you look at the way I see it? Because you've experienced marriage and divorce.
No, it's the way you were brought into this world and what you experienced in your household and what you've seen around, your family and as well as your friends. I mean, that's a good perspective when you're walking into a relationship and a marriage. You understand? Because now you have a great foundation to work with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, such as myself, growing up, my mother and father were not together. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? But not saying that I didn't see a marriage because, a small portion of my life, I was living with my father's mother and father. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? My grandparents. And, that was till death did them part. Like, till death did them part. And, I didn't fully have an understanding of what they were going through because from what I seen was the fact that they were together.
That was it.
That was it. They argued, but all I knew is that they were together.
Yeah, my grandparents are the same. Well, you see them now. They still argue and little petty shit.
Little petty shit.
And then I'm like, y'all been together for 65 years doing this? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I could see it on my face how ugly it would look.
But and they also from the South as well. So
I mean, we truly do understand the meaning of till death do us part down here.
They do. You know what I'm saying? But but as I got older, I didn't see that. You understand what I'm saying? And as well as relationships. So, but getting back to the point, I can see why a person would feel like, okay, well, I'm not going to get married because I fear that this person's going to do this, that, and the third. I mean, you're not psychic. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you don't know what the weather's going to bring. Now, I'm not saying that technology is not the way of the world because it is, because they'll tell you if it's going to be snowing tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
You get me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you don't really know what's going to happen when you get into a relationship or enter into a marriage. Mm-hmm. That's just something that you gotta take, and that's a challenge as well.
It's a leap of faith, and
right.
Like, most men they're like, I kind of want to put my toe on the edge, and they don't do it.
Yeah, and when you don't do that, you know what I'm saying, you neglect them, but at the same time, you still got choices that you got to make. Yeah. So I would assume that if you're with someone. Go get married. Go get marriage counseling. I mean, go get relationship counseling before you get into marriage, so you can know that person. That person can know you.
I mean, a page from what you taught me, I guess last podcast was know who you are up front and tell that person up front before you get married, so that they understand that that leap of faith is really how long is that fall gonna be. With me and my lady, I knew it was gonna be a challenge because the circumstances around her parents were different than what mine are, and my knowledge base and where I come from. So it's different for both of us, but she's understanding and I'm understanding that there's ebb and flow, and there's going to be a balance. And so for me, for guys out there, I know it's hard to make that decision to, I don't know if I'm going to get married because I don't know what's going to happen. But if you look around your circle and what you've been manifesting from your thoughts, that's pretty much how your life gonna turn out. If you gonna think it's not gonna work out, if you gonna ponder it's not gonna work out, it's eventually gonna happen that way. In my humble opinion, I'm not sure about yourself, but that's how I see it.
Yeah, and I mean, I put it in so many words, you know what I'm saying? But that's just the way that things are supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? When you get ready into a indulge in a relationship before you get to a marriage, because people do get scared. You know what I'm saying? But scared is good. You know what I'm saying? You don't
grow without fear or a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody got on a bike before and they knew they was gonna fall, but they took that damn chance. What the fuck that shit? I seen him fall down 50 times. But I like the way that bike rides, so I'm getting on.
And even more dangerous, parents have given little children guns and taught them how to use one without knowing their kids. They know they're gonna teach their kid, but you leave their responsibility to that kid as a young person. Then somebody can take somebody else's life, and you're willing to coach them into that. So, and kids take on that responsibility at that young of an age. You know that you can take on a challenge such as marriage. But I see it as personally, I see it as an investment. You're gonna have to take all the BS and just handle that along the way. Just walk around the pothole, went in them, try to figure out how to patch them up. But I can't walk timidly about a relationship. I have to, hey, you in this with me or not? Because if you're not, I can't. That's what happened with my last relationship in high school. Didn't want to talk. I wanted to. And if you wanted to talk, it was about what she wanted. I was like, I never thought about it until I got out of the relationship. That was fucked up. It's like, the dude that wants to hear you talk and have a conversation with you, that's worth an investment in my mind. Especially as a female, that's like, damn, this dude's really wanting to hear me. But no issues. I'm over it. Been way over it for a decade. But just being hindsight,
But it's a challenge. It's a challenge, and I would. Marriage is cool, bro. And
even though you went through all that bullshit.
Yo, let me tell you, man. Listen, let me tell you.
In so many words.
I'm gonna get married again.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't tell me this before the podcast.
Hey, everything, you know what I'm saying? You get different things from me every day.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Is it... And I'm
we
going
don't have to go there, but
okay.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go there right now. You understand? But we will.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter was, that I enjoyed being married because it was like the stability. You know what I'm saying? Me being in a household, being looked at as, man, he's in a marriage. They're together, despite what they're going through. He's holding it down. He's with his kids. They're up on the one roof. They do things. You know what I'm saying? That like stuff like that. Like, yo.